thank you very much for your time. It was an amazing season, a very positive season for Bournemouth last season, so I imagine you're very excited with the upcoming one. What would be a successful season for Bournemouth?
Well, really for us, finishing in the top half of the table, maybe 8th, 7th, if we get really fortunate and do really well, maybe 6th, maybe even Europe. But we're not promising that. We just want to keep on progressing, moving forward, always advancing. And last year was a good season, but we can do better, and I believe we will be better this year.
And with the signing of Evan Nilsson, does it really show where the ambitions of the club are?
Absolutely. We're going to commit everything we can to make this the best team possible for our fans here in Bournemouth. And we're proud of this team. We're proud of this community, and this is a good team. We're going to surprise some people.
You've mentioned previously that you're not a fan of the idea of Premier League games being played abroad. Why do you think that is not a good idea?
The traditions here are so strong and so important. We really shouldn't be playing Premier League games in the United States or in other countries. We need to play them here in front of our fans. I'm committed to that. So I don't know how many people want to play in America Premier League games, but I'm not one of them.
Well, Bill, thank you very much. I hope you enjoy such a special day. I hope you enjoy the anniversary. And back to you, Kelly.
Natalie and Bill Foley, thank you very much. So Bournemouth against Newcastle gets things underway here on Super Sunday. And then we're back at Anfield for Liverpool against Brentford. And earlier this week, the new Liverpool boss spoke to an old Liverpool player.
It's quite a significant number. Why did you feel that the team needed these amount of changes for the second game?
Yeah, I felt I had difficult decisions to make during the week. I think we had very good performances. Also, I think the demands of the game will be different from the ones against Forest. And I always say, we have quite depth in the squad. We don't change a lot. If we change 3 or 4 players, the ones that are starting on the bench will be very important for me also. So I hope we can keep the 90 minutes with the same intensity.
Evan Nilsson starting, what can the fans expect straight away, especially from what you've seen during the week? When you start a Premier League game, for the first time, it's a little bit of a question mark. We want to see him. He has been training well. I've seen him full of confidence, and we'll see. It's not going to be easy for sure, playing first game against defenders of this level, but we trust him. I think he will help us during the season, and the sooner he can take the rhythm and start helping us, the better. Let's start with team news. Lloyd Kelly starting. So how do you think the team can benefit from, obviously, all the knowledge he has from Bournemouth?
Yeah, well, I think just Lloyd's done really well pre-season, did really well when he came on last week, and I think he adds pace to our back line, he has height to our back line, so I think 2 qualities we need today.
Kieran Trippier on the bench again. Can the fans read anything into it?
No, not at all. I mean, Kieran just freshly back from the Euros. He's had limited training. Tino started last week. Team did well defensively. But as I said in my press conference in the build-up to the game, Kieran's a massive part of our future.
They will be big threats. They have a lot of speed. They have a top level forwards, and you cannot cover everything. And for sure, we will have to defend sometimes difficult situations. We have to be ready to defend transitions. But we also hope that we can damage them. I expect quite an open game, chances for both teams. I think it's what both teams want, and I hope it's also a good game.
Got a lot of pace in their front line. Transitions are a big area for them, so we're going to have to defend equally as well as we did last week. Hopefully we keep 11 men on the pitch. We can see more of our attacking play, and we've got outstanding attacking players as well that we need to get into the game today. Well in that for the first part, lost control until, as I say, the substitutions came on, and Lewis Hall, Kieran Trippier, Joe Willock, Harvey Barnes, I think all impacted really well. Harvey's cross for Anthony's goal was a great moment for us, and as I said, we're frustrated, I think, because there was more good opportunities for us, but credit to Neto for some good saves.
Yeah, Anthony just mentioned that he knew what Harvey Barnes was going to do on that goal. So is it something that I imagine you work on a lot, these combinations, right?
Well, we work on a lot of things. Sometimes they come off, sometimes they don't. I think credit to the players. Harvey's ball's top class. I thought he did really well. Supplied a number of good balls in the box, and it was great to see Anthony on the end of it. And at that moment, I felt we could go on and win.
despite it wasn't the win that you wanted, but and you mentioned that you want the team to do better in the away games. Do you see, in terms of character, in terms of attitude, a difference from previous opportunities that you had and you didn't take the 3 points last season?
Yeah, I think today we always knew it would be a very difficult game. It's a very difficult ground to play at and to totally control what is a dangerous team. So I think in terms of attitude and commitment, when you look, we were 10 against 11 last week, and we've come here and we've battled to the end. I think it's a good start to the season. But certainly we set the bar really high, so we're frustrated in some moments and we know there's areas to improve.
And there are going to be complaints about Joelinton's challenge on Neto in the end of the match. So how did you see that? Yeah,
it was probably a little bit reckless from Joe. I think that definitely you can see what he was trying to do. He was trying to stop the goalkeeper, take a quick free kick, but he shouldn't go near the head area. So that's something we'll talk to him about.
Thank you, Eddie.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So that was the first part of Super Sunday. Next up, Liverpool against Brentford in Arsenal.
Antony, how has it been to digest a couple of the referee's decisions in those final minutes?
No, very difficult to digest, very, very difficult. It's obvious, no? After a very good game of football, I don't know what we are going to talk about, but it's obvious that what has happened. I think we should have won the game. I will complain now. I will take us 2 points, and nothing will happen. But I'm not against the referee because he gave the goal. He didn't have even the chance to go to the monitor and watch it. If he has the chance, I'm sure he gives the ball. Someone calls him and say no. They will say it's a factual decision. It's not a factual decision. We've all watched it in video. The ball goes very strong after touching the shoulder. We are coming from a game against Forest where they disallow us a goal because an offside with the last part of the shoulder, last part they put the lines. We have to believe it's a one disallowed goal. Okay, you believe because you can score a goal with the shoulder. It's the last part of the sleeve. We have very short sleeves, and the ball never touches the skin of Dango. It's just obviously goes strong against his shoulder. And for me, and the starting the ball, I have nothing with the referee. He cannot do nothing else. Someone call him and say, no, you have to disallow because it's a handball. You see the diagram they send us the images. No, until here is not because you can score with the shoulders. The offside lines they put it at the end because you can. And now they take this decision, considering the minute it was obviously 3 points for us. It was. Now I will complain. Nobody will remember in 2 weeks this, but. Is the disallowed goal against Forest? Okay, I believe. You take the lines, is offside. We have to believe. There is no automatic offside, but we believe. But now don't take me another goal that is another 2 points more. And I'm very frustrated because I think my players deserve much more level.
Yeah, a lot happened. We've just obviously got back into the change room and everyone's just pretty angry that the second goal didn't count. We've seen the replay back and it's come off his shoulder, so we feel like the refs made the wrong decision, but we'll take a point and continue building.
So you feel hard done by the referee's decision?
Yeah, I feel like we've been hard done by. I feel like, again, it's obviously hit his shoulder, but we can't do nothing about it now, so we just have to focus on the games we've got coming up.
It looks more like shoulder to me. There isn't anything that's conclusive, and this is where the grey area is between the arm and the shoulder, and they use a guideline as where the shirt sleeve ends and starts. That looks more like shoulder to me. There isn't anything on the VAR that makes that conclusive. I'd be so disappointed. And the other guy, none of the Newcastle players complained either. It just didn't feel like it deserved that intervention. It hits him high up on the shoulder here. I feel their pain. It's a really disappointing one for them. As you can see it here, he gets up early.
And it doesn't need to be deliberate.
We
should point that out. It just needs to have hit the arm at any stage or the hand at any stage in order for the goal to be disallowed. But the question is whether that's the arm or the shoulder.
Yeah, I think it's the shoulder. I think that goal should stand. I think you can see on the leap, he gets himself into an excellent position, and I think with the momentum that the ball then takes off his body, I don't think it generates that momentum if it comes off his arm. I think because it's come off his shoulder, you can see he's trying to get his head at it, and I think it's just come off there, and I personally think that should have stood.
We started the game really well. I thought first 15 minutes we were the better team, took control of the game. I think then we lost that control and it was a bitty end to the first half. Second half, probably with the changes we made, the substitutions we made, we improved. And yeah, we had a number of chances. Their goalkeeper made a number of good to play against. The they break up the game very well. They transitioned really well, as we said before the game. They got pace in the team, and I think it was one or two of those transitions, and suddenly we became a bit more stretched than we were. It was end to end. I mean, it was a really fast-paced game. I think both teams gave everything to try and win. There was chances for both teams at the end. I think overall we're pleased with the point and pleased with the comeback.
Okay, to Scotland now. It was all